Good evening, Fredonia. You're listening to the local lowdown on WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Elena, your co-host and field interview lead.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jordan. I'm your other co-host. I'm also the A&R lead and the executive producer.
Hey, it's Sebastian Spizak, your technical director, making sure all the lights and cameras are working properly.
And tonight's show is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems in a group effort to promote and showcase the local music scene right here in Fredonia, but also Western New York at large. Welcome to the Local Lowdown.
On this episode, we are welcoming our guest for the week, Gas Station. Welcome on.
Welcome.
We're really excited to have you tonight.
Stoked to be here.
Yeah. And we always like to start off, if you could, introduce yourself, what you play in the band, and how you got started in music.
My name is John. I play bass and I sing in Gas Station and music in general, like in my life.
Yeah.
My dad played guitar, so there were always guitars around the house growing up. And
Awesome.
my uncle played guitar. Big, just musical family. So it was just kind of like a matter of time before I picked something up.
My name is Joe. I play guitar. And similar to John, kind of guitars were around my house. My dad played, my older brothers played, and my brothers kind of got me into various bands when I was really young, and they would kind of tell me if something was bad or not. And it just kind of snowballed from there as I got older.
Nice. Well, I was wondering, how did you all meet and how did the band end up forming?
John and I have known each other for quite some time. His grandma died, and then we saw Every Time I Die.
Same day. It was the same day.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the 2016 E-Tid Christmas show at Waiting Room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been best buds since.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Waiting Room, that's not a venue anymore, is it? Or-
No, R.I.P. It was the best place ever.
It's been mentioned on here before.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of really cool shows happen there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other ones?
So many.
So many.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of open when we were in high school and we'd go to shows around then. And then, I don't know, I feel like it closed maybe a few years after we graduated.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we started going to shows together and doing music and stuff. And then over the last few years, we've started some bands together. And Gas Station started about a year ago. We're both really into kind of that mathier sort of emo stuff and thought it'd be fun to make a band like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I could tell pretty early on that you guys were really connected, the three members. We actually found this photo of you guys that I wanted to show off. We'll show for the watchers, too.
Yeah, this was...
In cut.
Yeah, I remember this, actually.
How could you not?
Yeah, this was a high-res photo that a local artist took.
Right.
It cost, I think, $2,000. I believe it was John's cousin, actually. John's cousin ripped us off, which was pretty interesting. It ended up being really awkward because it caused this kind of huge rift in the John Vaughn family. So John doesn't talk to anyone anymore as a result.
Wow.
That is
it's
correct.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Is that what the new record's about?
Yeah, the whole new record's about how John is excommunicated from his family. And it's just a real awkward situation because I'm good friends with his family. Like me and John's dad, Jim.
Oh, that's really weird.
We go out together on the weekends, and
Wow.
Yeah.
it's very awkward because John doesn't even know this. I'm just telling him for the first time. But anyways, John, what are your thoughts on that photo?
Joe's story was a perfect depiction of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
if I'm being honest.
$2,000.
It was $2,000. And because of the transaction, I was excommunicated from my family because they realized that I made the mistake of giving this cousin the money, and this money was supposed to be not for that, for anything else. And but I remember this day. This was
It was taken at Doc Sullivan's.
Doc Sullivan's
South Buffalo.
on
Yep. Shout out Dan McCormick.
Yep.
Yeah. I just think it's so incredible how Rob is the only one that really has a torso.
Yeah.
Rob is jacked.
Yeah.
Rob
takes care of himself. He's the only one who respects himself out of the three of us.
And you guys have hooks for hands. On
Yeah.
We
It's a condition.
The
those were
left side of your body.
I had a transplant after the photo to get my real hand back.
Yeah.
Right.
Must be tough for guitar when you were playing like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of backing tracks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big show, a lot of production.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we completed that part of the interview.
Yeah.
Want to talk about the first song that you guys ever released, Never Could Be Any Other Way.
Mm-hmm.
What was the decision behind releasing that one first, and how did that come together?
That song, I think it was one of the first three that we were like really writing, and we were writing it in our old practice space. And I remember when we were jamming, the first lyrics that I ever sang were just the chorus, the yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was just like, this is
Can you do that again?
yeah, yeah, yeah. When I write lyrics, I use, like, if we're just jamming, I'm just kind of like singing random sounds or words and I find the syllables that I need, and then I just kind of go from there. But that one just kind of stuck. And the story behind the title is on Sgt. Pepper's on the last track.
I was wondering if it was.
Yeah, it's a
from
big Beatles reference. Yeah.
Gotcha.
At the very end of A Day in the Life, it's only on like the streaming version. It's not on the record. They do like the weird thing at the end, and Paul just goes, "Never could be any other way, never could be any other way." And I just always thought that was a cool phrase, and I wanted to put it somewhere. Yeah. There's a lot of homages to like movies or other things in a lot of our titles.
Yeah, we enjoy picking song names that have nothing to do with the lyrics at all, just to confuse everyone and ourselves.
Yeah, because all of the songs for me are still working titles, is how I identify them. And then Joe's like, "Oh, we're gonna play Crosswords and Pen," and I was like, "That one is that. Got it. Working title is that one," and then we go from there.
Yeah.
What's the working title for Never Could Be Any Other Way? Or what was it?
Judge Judy?
Judge Judy.
Was that either Judge Judy or Dick Cheney?
Well, Dick Cheney's Rupert.
Oh yeah.
I think
shout out Judge Judy and Dick Cheney.
Yeah. I think it was Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other particularly funny working titles?
George Bush.
George Bush.
It's basically just people.
It is. It really is just people.
Do you envision those people as you perform?
We're just really
do you
inspired
think about
by them.
Judge Judy when you
We're just like, I don't know. Growing up, George Bush and I had George Bush and Dick Cheney posters in my room.
Yes,
so
and I just exclusively watched Judge Judy at Granda's
so
house.
we combined the two, and here we are.
Sundays after church, it was Judge Judy and homework.
Yeah, so shout out, the former Prez and Vice Prez,
Well, going off that a little bit, we actually talked in a shorter Little Lowdown interview. It's a shorter on-site interview at The Soup, which was an awesome show that you guys had.
That was a fun
And we talked about the music video for Never Could Be Any Other Way. Mm-hmm. And you specifically worked with Joey
Gorgon.
Gorgon. Okay, I was close. And you guys mentioned how the music video was kind of about pretending to be someone else. Do you have any other anything else that you want to talk about with that, expanding on it more and expanding more on the houses, which I believe Joey worked on within the music video as well?
Yeah, John, pretty much with most music videos we have, John is very passionate about music videos. He's maybe the only person I know who cares as much as he does.
They're the coolest thing in the world.
I'm going to be honest, I went into the video without having no idea what we were doing. And John set it all up himself. Luke helped a lot. Luke Hag. Yeah, Luke Hag directed and shot it and edited it. And I don't know. You say anything, John?
Where was it shot?
My apartment.
Gotcha.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That must have been a big mess.
Kind of.
We brought very limited gear for it.
Yeah.
So it ended up. It wasn't too bad,
I think
I feel like in that sense.
maybe referring to the paint.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Cut that.
Yeah, I think that the part you may be referring to when I get the paint poured all over. We put a tarp down in my kitchen, so it was fine. But the way that it worked is like Joey made. I think it was like 3. What would that have been? 9 total homes, like houses.
Okay.
And we each started with a blank one, and then the scenes where like the initial painting started, when we were doing different parts, both my sisters, or two of my three sisters were extras along with my friend Matt. And when we were like in between shots, we would take one of the blank ones and try and match what was done, but then add the paint on top of it. So we could just like build them kind of organically and then like swap them back out. Yeah, like I mentioned at the other interview, it's really just kind of about pretending to like be someone else or like wanting to be someone else, but putting things up in creating barriers for yourself, I guess, that like you can only be like these certain things, but like you strive to be them, even though it may not be who you are or who you want to be. Yeah.
Did you feel like as you were finding the meaning of the song, is that also kind of immediately what you visualized for the music video as well? Or was it like an idea that came together in a different way?
They're all dreams. And I know that's the corniest thing that anyone can say, but yeah, they just
come to them, man.
Yeah. I just have like these crazy dreams sometimes about like what, like that scenario played in my head, like with people with houses on their heads and like being painted. And I was like, how can this be expanded? So just kind of like went from there.
A lot of the various interviews that we've done, a lot of people have talked about how dreams just inspire them to within their music, whether it's music videos or the lyrics themselves too.
Okay, I'm not alone.
Yeah, no.
I don't need a support group for this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been about a year since that video came out, as well as the initial EP, Meshes of the Afternoon. What's it like looking back on that EP now?
I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of fun recording it. We work with Jay Zubricki out of GCR Audio, who I'm pretty sure you guys
just had
very
him on.
recently, yeah.
Yeah, Jay's great. We've been working with him since we were teenagers, and yeah, I don't know anyone else in Buffalo or really anywhere in the Western New York area I'd rather work with. I'm sure we'll be recording with him again later this year. But yeah, I'm really proud of it and stoked on how it turned out. I'm excited to put out our next record and just keep it going, see what happens.
Yeah. What was the writing process like for the EP?
Usually I'll write some riffs, I'll demo them out, I'll send them to John. If he likes it, he'll be like, that's cool. If he hates it, he'll be like, nah. And then
does that happen a lot?
Not really.
Not really.
I feel like I'm more one to be like nah than John is. John's a pretty
I can work with anything.
Yeah, he's like a never waste a riff kind of guy, and I'm like waste all the riffs kind of guy. You know, that's how we differ.
It's got to be one of both of those in every band.
Yeah. But yeah, usually that, and then we'll demo out some vocals, and we'll bring it to Rob, and Rob will then write his drum parts and all that, and then we're very particular with how we demo because we want to be really prepared whenever we record or anything like that.
Just show up and know how it's going to go.
Yeah, do everything as few takes as possible. Just be very prepared. Because
execute.
Sure, yeah. Time is money, as they say.
That is true.
Yeah. What songs for you do you think was the easiest and then the hardest to write, especially lyrically?
The hardest to write was probably May's Eyes because I wanted to come up with a funky time signature for the verse, and it felt like it was overwhelming to explain it to Rob and John a little bit just because it was kind of a off the cuff. I don't know, it just doesn't really make much sense, but no. Once they understood what the actual structure of it was, it went by pretty smooth, at least for me. I don't know if John has a different answer for that.
I mean, you did a lot of the main like music writing for that release, so I was just kind of like, I don't want to say I just play bass, but normally I just like I was like, what's the root note, and then I go from there and I figure it out and I follow him. But lyrically, Joe has definitely challenged me with the time signature things. You have to find like certain words and phrases that fit in certain parts, and like truthfully, Never Could Be Any Other Way was kind of tough because writing in 7 was interesting. I didn't know if I should like go the whole time or if I should cut out early or like hit certain accents like that we were following. But May's Eyes was also tough because of the weird counts in the verses. But like I've learned how to just break things down in my head. Like it may be like a count of 4, a count of 5, and then 2 counts of 6 or whatever it is. But in my head, I'm just like always counting on 4. And it also creates kind of like a cool, like a cross rhythmic pattern where like the words can be in 4, but everything else is in like alternating 5, 6 or something like that. So just kind of fun to do that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Then usually when we bring it to Rob will come up with maybe some accents and different things like that, or he'll be like, this should be, like a louder section, if you will, or whatever, something like that. And it works really well. It's very easy when it's just 3 of us who, especially since we've known each other for so long. I don't know.
Yeah. I did want to bring that up too. So you guys have been in a lot of different Buffalo bands and have worked together in a lot of different groups. Do you feel like the collaboration in Gas Station is similar to how you guys work, or do you have a certain strategy of working together, or do you feel like it's very different?
I feel like every current band we're in, John and I, whatever band it may be, we demo quite a bit with whatever release we're working on or a specific song. It might just be a song idea we're working on. We're very passionate about demoing whatever we do, even if it's just a random riff that never sees the light of day. Like between John and I, we probably
never waste a riff.
Yeah, between John and I, there's probably hundreds of demos. I mean, 90% of them are probably terrible, but
but that's the thing, you can go back to them.
Yeah, and for Gas Station specifically, I feel like it works well.
It's cool when you have a bunch of just like-minded people trying to knowing what the game plan is in general, more or less. Getting down to the nitty-gritty in terms of songwriting, you could butt heads sometimes, but like having an overall just like idea of like what we're trying to accomplish is just like write cool songs that we like and just have a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
Never give up on fun.
Never give up on fun.
I feel like
Shout out Heavy Slime.
Yeah, I feel like we all collectively are we understand the importance of practicing and all that sort of thing too. So like when all 3 of you want to practice and get together and work on each specific song and sound tight live, that goes a long way. And I feel that way about like pretty much every band I'm in, but with Gas Station especially, it's nice because Rob is a very studious drummer who's practicing multiple times a week. He's in 9 million bands.
He's regimented though. Even when he's not having a band practice, he's in the space, like just doing lessons or rudiments or like anything. He's an expert at his craft for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I think it was funny that we were talking about working titles a little bit earlier, but I did want to talk more about Meshes in the Afternoon. The name itself is also a reference to a 1943 short film of the same title, and then there are a lot of other various movie references, such as Stroll Through Butterfly Lane, May's Eyes, and I believe there are more within your newest project that we'll talk about a little bit later. But why has this become kind of a trend for you guys?
I'm pretty passionate about film in general, and I enjoy taking little bits and pieces of movies and just putting them in the song title for no other reason other than I just like movies a lot. And I think it's just kind of a fun little Easter egg, I guess, that sometimes I try to pair it with John's lyrics. Like if John has a specific topic and I interpret a certain way, I might pair it with a movie that has a similar motif or central message that's related to what John's saying.
I should watch these movies now.
Yeah, John doesn't watch movies.
I don't. I'm a big show guy.
Yeah, he watches a lot of shows and then he watches Star Wars.
Correct.
That's pretty much it. Right, you guys watch movies?
I would love to watch movies, but it's very hard these days to get 2 hours of like set free time. See what I mean?
You just gotta stay up late.
Yeah.
No.
Do you guys?
Bedtime is 8 p.m.
No, 2 a.m.
Do you guys know the movie Waking Life?
No. Is that an anime?
No, it's animated though.
I feel like I know it, but I haven't seen it.
There you go.
Just a little movie recommendation.
I did see
for the movie guy.
I did see a trailer for a movie I wanted to see with you.
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. If
we
you're
talk
talking
about it
Sebastian
later. Sorry, Sebastian, but I want to see it with Joe.
He's not inviting you.
I'll just watch
Awkward.
Waking Life
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk about another kind of running theme in your guys' stuff, which is these electronic interlude voice message thingamajigs, I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
On the first EP, it's called God Gave Me Nothing, features a voice message from Charlie
Yes.
Rumfola.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Shout out.
Sad
Two
to
very
hear
different
that,
directions.
that Charlie passed after the recent
Real-
Well Kept Things interview that we did with
Real
him.
quick sidebar.
Yeah.
He did send me his location the other day, and he was just in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
As I
And
said.
we
Oh,
replied.
yeah, he was on a boat. I saw
Yes.
his stories.
No one saw this. No, it was in a group chat, and everyone was like, "Are you good?" And he just left us on red. And then the next day, I saw the story, and I chipped in. I was like, "Hey guys, I saw Charlie wasn't on a boat. Something else may have happened, but I am assuming that is what that was." And then he said that is what it was. So he played dead. He's not
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Rip.
Rip.
Yeah, but what's the story behind that, I guess, reoccurring Sonic theme, and how did that one specifically come about with Charlie's voice message?
I feel like I feel like not a lot of bands are doing that sort of, I mean, obviously there's the whole kind of voicemail thing that's in, a million songs, but I feel like it's just kind of a fun little theme that we could keep going to kind of separate ourselves from other bands.
It's I will say it is sometimes easy to get lost in the demoing process where I think that one has a bass riff in it maybe, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I just threw it on a loop, and then we build stuff around it, and you're like, oh, this is kind of catchy how this is.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that is the song. And then just to add a little je ne sais quoi, as Charlie would say, you just toss in a voicemail or two, and you don't tell them, and then they hear it for the first time on Spotify, and then they're like, what is this? And then you're like, oh, well.
I was wondering if you told them beforehand or not.
No.
Because it was so there's a new one also. There's one on the new record, and they're both kind of just so offhand voice memos.
Yes.
It's just there's no way this was planned at all.
I feel like
Never.
I feel like too, not to be a total, dork, but I feel like voicemails in general are kind of dying because not as many people are calling and leaving
agree.
voicemails.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a fun little, dorky thing to have in there.
Yeah. I love to leave voicemails in the hopes that maybe one day someone will listen and
Someone
respond
use
to
it.
the question I ask them at the end. I always do it on purpose. But I wanted to switch over to the first single, Rupert Pupkin, that is going to be a part of your newest release, Flowers on Sunday. The title of the single is another reference, this time to the King of Comedy. What was the idea behind that, and does this name in particular relate to any of the tracks?
This one, I know I just said how sometimes I pick names that relate to John's lyrics. This is not the case.
Okay.
I'm a huge Robert De Niro head. I mean, who isn't? And Rupert Pumpkin is just a funny name. And his character in King of Comedy, not a good guy, but man, what a film, huh? No one's seen it but me. But
Someone on the other side.
Yeah,
I was
Martin
just about to ask if
Scorsese,
you
come
watched
on.
that.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Is he a bad guy in the movie?
He's a really bad guy, yeah.
Well, I mean,
He starts stalking people and all that
I
jazz.
guess that could go hand in hand with the lyrics.
With what, you stalking
Well,
people?
no, not wanting to be those kinds of people,
Sure.
not wanting to be one with them. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just testing John. That's
Sure.
why I picked
Yep.
that name. Yeah.
The song is actually all about not wanting to become a stalker.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm catching
Don't
here.
stalk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask
Anti-stalk
now.
band.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific favorite movie or a current favorite, anything like that? I know you said that you don't really watch them, but
I'll get back to you in 5 minutes.
okay.
I got to think of all the 10 movies I've watched.
Which is all the Star Wars movies.
Yes.
He's gonna
There's
get back
11. There's 11 Star Wars.
You're going to get back in 5 minutes and say Forrest Gump.
No.
Do you have a current favorite while he's
Forrest Gump. No,
pondering?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel like such a dork every time I answer this, honestly. But there's this French movie, La Haine, yeah, from foreign movie, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I like that movie a lot. That's probably my favorite.
I did like The Shape of Water a lot.
Okay.
That was a really good movie. And to be nerdy like Joe, when I took film analysis, we watched Rashomon.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Rashomon.
Interesting.
Hell yeah. Well,
I'm getting a little movie education today.
Yeah.
It's great.
Do you think you'll ever apply some of your like specific favorite movies to any of the upcoming songs if you haven't already?
He's like, nope, I'm going to leave that up to Joe.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, like maybe just being like a favorite, maybe to not as niche, I guess you could say. Like
This next song is called Indiana Jones.
yeah,
That would be awesome.
Please.
This one's called The Empire Strikes Back.
yes,
We'll get sued.
yeah, we'll get super sued.
Just kidding.
No, I think it may be a little corny when I do think it's like a little corny when things are like very like obvious. The reference is like super obvious. It's just like
Yeah.
and it just kind of makes me exactly like that. Just go,
Yeah.
and that's
The song's about being sad. The song's called I Don't Want to Be Here.
yeah, or
Yeah.
it's called Forrest Gump, or like
Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
shout out, yeah,
Shout out Tom Hanks. Shout out Jenny.
I lied. That Thing You Do is my favorite movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out.
Shout out,
Shout out to
Hanks.
them.
Yeah.
Shout out Tom Hanks.
Yeah. We'll see if that took 5 minutes for you to
Yeah,
figure out.
we'll have to
Cut.
check that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been skirting around it a little bit, but the new album is coming out right around the corner. We got a chance to hear it ahead of time.
Yeah,
It's called Pale Flowers on Sunday, right?
Mhm.
It's awesome.
Thank
Enjoying
you.
it a lot. I found that it kind of built upon the formula of the EP a little bit. Like it's got the interludes, it's got emo songs, of course, acoustic track, movie references once again. Was that something you guys were shooting for? Did you feel like you carved out a good sound for yourself and you wanted to go in on it even more?
probably the latter, but like unknowingly.
Yeah.
I think I said this earlier, just like we understand the greater vision and like we just know how we like to write songs and we know how we like to make music and just have a lot of fun with it and just
Yeah.
kind of like just
I get that.
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of already explained your general writing process, especially with the EP. Did you feel like that was different at all with this album, or do you feel like this took especially longer or shorter at all?
Rupert, we wrote, I think around the same time, Never Could Be Any Other Way was written. So we've had that in
gotcha.
the back pocket for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this one, the first one for Meshes was definitely more of a play together in person and see what kind of comes out of it and have some ideas beforehand, then demo. Whereas this one, it was more kind of finished demos than presenting them at practice. Definitely
Yeah.
this time around. And then John and I would get together and kind of hammer out the interlude ideas and try to connect them throughout it. Kind of have an idea of how the record's going to flow before we even record.
Yeah. Was there any particular reason why, like, Rupert didn't make it on the EP but is making it on the album? Or was there any sort of, like, any sequencing in that respect?
I think just money. Like,
It could have been money. I also think it was too punky for the rest of the ones. I think was Meshes is a little more emo than Pale Flowers on Sunday. So it was yeah. I think that was another reason, but also money.
yeah, it was mainly money. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, now that you mention it, I understand what you mean by that.
yeah,
yeah.
And I wanted to ask more specifically about the title itself, Pale Flowers on Sunday. What was the meaning behind that, and why did you choose that for the title?
Joe.
I'm trying to think. I don't really remember. I think there's a movie called Pale Flowers, I'm pretty certain. I added it to my watch list. I never even saw it. And I was like, I like the name Pale Flowers. And then I saw that photo. Rob took the album art for it is a picture of a church. And I was like, oh, I should add on Sunday, Pale Flowers on Sunday. So it's kind of cohesive with the album art that Rob did.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and with this album in particular, you guys decided to work with Triple Hammer Records to have a vinyl release with that.
Yeah.
What was the motivation for that, and how excited are you guys to have that in vinyl form?
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're pretty gassed, you know. Haha. But
Yeah, Torsten, who runs Triple Hammer Records, I just got to know him through probably just like music at first, like just going to shows and like learning who he was and like understanding what Triple Hammer was. And then he'd come into the cafe all the time, and then we would just get to chatting, and then one thing led to another, and I sent him the songs. He's like, this is really cool. Do you want to do something with this? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And kind of like that. I mean, like also having physical media is like really awesome. And
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a cool like accomplishment thing as well. You
definitely.
know?
I feel like for the band too, I mean, the band was pretty much more or less a pretty strong side project of us just kind of working out some tunes, you know, when we would have some free time from some other projects. And then once this time around, we I don't really know where I'm going with this, but
Well, no. I get what you're saying. I mean, like one day you were talking to me and you're like, I don't want to look at Gas Station as a side project anymore. I want to look at it as like something we are dedicating time to.
Yeah.
Let's just kind of like send it with like what we got going on and like
yes,
just keep pressing.
Yeah, this, like whereas last year we played maybe 5 shows in Buffalo, I feel like this year we're trying to do maybe, it's still not a lot, but like 15 to 20, do some weekend runs and stuff. Just,
Yeah.
Which is obviously not a significant amount, but definitely take the baby step where it's a little more than just like a local side project hometown band type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Coachella, here we come.
next year you got it. But yeah, you mentioned that Rob took the photo that ended up being the cover art for the album. Well, we also saw that I believe you, John, had taken the picture as well for the EP, if I'm not mistaken. Awesome.
Yeah, it was a pizza shop in UK.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Cool.
I remember that day very vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really like how each of the cover arts look for that. Pretty simplistic with highlighting the color, EP being pink, album being blue. Was there any specific reason why you guys wanted that as the album or the various cover arts, and then also, choosing photography over maybe like drawn art or something like that?
Yeah, I feel like John and I and Rob, the three of us visually all kind of agree what we want the general look for each record to be, and all three of us just really enjoy that specific aesthetic for whatever reason. Just kind of the minimalist style of it, I feel like fits the tracks really well, and I've always gravitated towards artwork that is like that. That's pretty simple and not having any name on it or anything.
Yeah.
Is I don't know. It's a vibe, as the kids say.
It's a vibe. Yeah. I liked it, like, going off of, like, the no-name thing. Not that, I want to have this in mind every time we put something out, but, like, it'd be cool one day for someone to look at that and know exactly what it is without having to read what it is, and, like, you mentioned, like, the colors are very prominent.
Yeah.
It's, like, also kind of, you gravitate towards things like that too, I think. So it's another reason.
Well, now I'm also curious about the story behind the EP photo. Are you cool sharing what that story
you
was?
Said you remember the day.
Yeah.
very vividly.
John got robbed.
I did.
Oh.
No, I did not.
I'm just making stuff up.
I know you are. We were in the UK with another band we play in, and my dad flew out to one of the shows because he's retired, and he, quote, was using me as an excuse to get over there. And
Awesome.
It was just a cool day because like me, Dan, and my dad went out for food near the venue, and it was like a really big show, and we got pizza, and my dad whipped out his card. I was like, Dad, we got band money, and I was just like, we're paying, and it was just kind of like
4 cents.
sorry, I hit the mic with my hat.
I've done it before.
Yeah, but it was just kind of a cool like, Dad, like we got the band money. It was kind of cool. I mean, like we got our buyouts of like 20 pounds or whatever it was. So like, but it was just cool to have my dad there and pay
that's awesome.
for dinner in a foreign country.
I saw his dad cry.
Yeah.
Next question.
All right, next question. Yeah, so we were talking about the interludes before. This one also has one at the end. Another one from Charlie. Just talking about that specific one at the end.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it there? It
I like
cuts
to
off
troll
so
him.
abruptly.
I like to troll him.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Okay.
He does it to himself. You know, he leaves me the voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
I play in this band. He knows we do this.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
The nihilism in Charlie's voice in that specific voicemail is it's just amazing.
on.
Just
It is-
him
it is
saying
really funny.
nothing matters anymore, man. I'm like, cool, Charlie.
Yeah.
Does he still leave you voicemails? Like, has he stopped?
Do you have
Or
any new
is
ones
he
you're gonna put
going
on the
even
next
stronger?
record?
He doesn't leave them often. But when he does, I save them.
They're golden.
I may have one other one.
Okay.
But this one was, like Joe said, in line with the nihilism.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's about time to transition to the performance. Take it away, guys.
4.
Count the angels on the head of a pin. Then you realize it's quite peaceful to sin. If nothing matters, then why on earth do you care? Strike a match and can't help but compare. You, yours, theirs, or mine, or all of humankind. We don't have anything in common except wanting me to be nothing more than a paperweight holding down all the promises that kept us stable to the ground. Absent presence of some mind, body, and some soul. Keep your distance, cause this person since is getting old. I don't wanna be, 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 I don't wanna be. You, yours, theirs, or mine, or one with humankind. We don't have anything in common except wanting me to be the sprinkler on your lawn. Use me from dusk till dawn. Kill me again, I think I can take it this time.
Cool.
I'll do the dishes in the morning. I'll listen to NPR while you sleep. There's no arrangement of vowels to explain how I'm feeling. It's only jokers you're dealing. Finding trust is like taking a leap. There's hidden feelings and wanting. Just accept what you're hearing. I'm sure it won't pass, but I got you something like that crochet set that you wanted, if you want it anymore. I'm stuck in holiday traffic. The guy on the air says it's the year of the rat. whatever that means. Whatever you mean, I'm sure it won't pass, but I got you something like that crochet set that you wanted, if you want it anymore. I'm sure it won't pass, but I got you something that I know you've always wanted, if you want it anymore. I see through the glass that you're with someone I know you've always wanted. I never wanted anymore.
Cool. You want to cut off?
Keep me up, turn me on, change my form, keep me warm. Spot the difference with your visions, intermittent ways of living through my day. It's all vague, except when we're skin to skin. If my life's in your hands, let it die in them too, because nothing feels right when it's me without you. And I run it back again and again if it meant that I end up right where I am, because nothing seems right when it's me without you. Thank you, thank you. Can you carry it? Paint the mirror green to hear your soulless scream. expediting your loathing lecture, and to be in between true love and misery is a luxury we can't afford. Did it take you so long to say that? Leaning on a weak wall in hopes that you won't hear anything but his voice screaming, yeah, yeah. It's the I wanna be's that say do this for me, never putting in the effort. I guess what's mine is yours. Does that settle the score? Or do you even want more from me? Why did it take you so long to say that? Yeah, yeah. Leaning on a weak wall in hopes that, yeah, yeah, you won't hear anything but his voice screaming, yeah, yeah. Take you so long to say that. Leaning on a weak wall in hopes that you won't hear anything but his voice screaming, yeah.
Woo!
Well, thank you guys for that set. Sounded really good.
Thank you. We practiced.
Busting it down
Yeah.
acoustic style. Was that the first time you played some of those songs acoustic?
First time ever.
First
yeah.
time ever.
Oh,
You said
awesome.
pass. Pass is acoustic already.
Yes, but I
Yeah,
never
true.
we never performed it.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't even know
That's
if it was
awesome.
in the right key.
Dude, I don't know if it was either.
I don't even know how to play that song. I was just hitting random notes.
Yeah.
Nice. If I can admit, like I said, we did a little lowdown together, but we also interviewed the group beforehand. So the one time I did go see you guys live, the interview went over, and I didn't actually see you guys perform.
Oh,
So this is my first time
was your
seeing you
first
guys.
time,
yeah. Cool.
So this is awesome.
My first time too.
exclusive.
Yeah. Well, you guys also played Must Be My Place, which is my favorite song on the record, the new record.
Thank you.
Check it out when it does come out because it's great. What's the story behind that one?
To be blunt, I usually write about dying and death all the time, and I was like, I should write something else, and that song's about coffee. Because coffee is a very, very important part of my life.
I thought it was about John's long-term partner, Jenna. Shout out Jenna.
Shout out Jenna.
But turns out it's not. And
No, it's like half and half.
oh,
Yeah.
stop it. You're saving face.
No, I'm not. It is half and half. I didn't know if. Well, yeah, no, it is.
Half
I
and
did-
half coffee?
No, none of that.
All right, next question.
Yeah, it is. When I was starting to write it, it was mostly about coffee. The second half of the song is definitely like coffee / relationship centered. But
All I'm gonna have to like re-listen to this
Yeah,
and
I know,
catch
I
all
was just thinking
the
about
coffee
that.
bars.
Yeah, I mean,
They're thrown
the
around
first
here.
the first verse is just like
I love
my
coffee.
my process about how I make a cup of coffee in the morning.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yep.
Gotcha. What is your go-to coffee?
Just a black cup of coffee.
I would shake your hand if I could cross the screen right now.
I like
That's what I go for.
We all looked at the middle.
That was so.
We can't cross that.
I like hot chocolate.
Yeah,
I like hot chocolate, too.
Yeah.
What about
Just about to say.
mocha? Mocha's anybody?
Joe doesn't really do coffee.
Yeah, I don't do
Oh.
coffee.
If I ever do a milk drink, it's a cortado with oat milk. But other than that, it's just
What was it called?
cortado.
One more time.
Cortado.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. But yeah, other than that, it's just plain hot black coffee.
Awesome.
Drink of the summer. Yeah.
Lemonade.
Yeah, during the summer.
Okay, cool.
Well, I also wanted to bring it more towards Fredonia, as you guys, some of the members, at least in Gas Station, were very involved in the Fredonia scene, was in Kill the Clock, and then also was involved with Last Call Entertainment. And I also forgot, you also lived in North Pole Strip Club, the house venue, if I'm not mistaken?
I did, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Same.
Not true.
Well, what was the experience like at that time in the scene, and are you still using some of the stuff that you experienced then today in the music industry?
It was thriving for sure. It was really cool to see like bands were popping up like left and right. And when we moved into that house specifically to throw shows. And that is what we did. They happened all the time. It wasn't just Fredonia bands. We were helping out touring bands coming through. Sometimes we just had people coming through who weren't playing to stay at the house because it was big. And it was just like a lot of fun. And I don't know if I'm necessarily applying anything from that time into my current musical endeavors, but like the just more or less just like the community sense of things, like just like not really like turning a blind eye on someone if they like need a place to crash or like I know I learned how bands asked to crash at places, so then I learned how to ask to crash on someone's floor or
Awesome.
apartment or whatever. And
Yeah.
like
Field.
a field, you know,
How do they do it?
just
Can I stay?
can I
your
stay?
house?
Yeah, like, hey, like, it's either we sleep in the van or I could take a shower
So they
and
make
not a
you-
baby white bath in a Walmart parking lot. Could I sleep on your couch, please?
Guilt trip.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes if it's desperate, but other times it's you know, just like chalk it up, be like, hey man, you know, thanks for having us. You know, we were just wondering if like we'd be able to crash here. If not, we understand, but just gotta ask.
I
If
feel
they're-
like you'd usually know it's coming if you know where they're from. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. Sometimes like places will be upfront and be like, "Hey, like you're gonna play at the house. You're more than welcome to stay here." And then it's like, "Cool, got it." And then sometimes bringing that up afterwards is a little awkward. Be like, "Hey, you said we could crash here,"
Sometimes,
and
you're
then
like,
they'd
do
be
you
like,
still remember?
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you said that.
"Yeah, we booked a show like 5 months ago. Could we still sleep here?"
Plus, if like buds are in town or whatever, like John got pretty close. Didn't Initiate stay with you?
Yeah, a band called Initiate stayed at my apartment, and yeah, you know,
Great band.
yeah,
I'll check them out.
yeah, great hardcore band.
Do you guys have any favorite memories from playing in Fredonia or John living in Fredonia?
Mine was when they graduated because then I didn't have to drive down here anymore.
Funny
Yeah.
enough, one of my favorite memories is graduation day because I wore like a shirt and tie, you know, but then I wore swim trunks under my robe because my friends we did the later one, and my friends who did it earlier were like, dude, it's so hot in the gym. And I'm like, I'm just going to wear swim trunks. And then I walked down the aisle after I got my diploma, and Stu Shapiro just threw out his fist for a fist bump, and we fist bumped, and it was
Oh my
dope.
That must have been
gosh.
glorious.
It was sick.
That's amazing.
1993.
Yeah, circa 1993.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned Last Call Entertainment and BJ's in general.
Yeah.
Y'all are playing a show on May 9th at
Yeah.
BJ's.
BJ's Fest.
Are you excited for the return, coming back, playing again?
Totally. Yeah. That place always had some like really awesome, fun shows. The environment was super cool. Been to many shows there. So just, yeah, excited to get back.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. Yeah.
When was the last time you guys played there?
I don't even remember. I really don't remember.
I don't either.
When we were, I don't know. It was a lot.
Probably 2018.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
2018
Wow.
or something. Maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've come up and seen other bands. Like, did you go to the Deluxe show there?
No. I went up and
know.
saw like Ghost Pool and someone else in like 2019. I think.
Ashford,
Ashford.
Carpool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Seen that
Carpool.
poster.
Yeah.
We've played and been to, we go to so many shows, it's hard to remember.
Oh,
Such a
I could
blur.
imagine.
Yeah.
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 I feel like I should be more organized with that stuff and keep track, but I'm not.
That's fair.
It's tough.
yeah. I guess that just means everyone should be going to the show that's on May 9th at BJ's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's on that lineup?
Kid
Somebody
Cudi.
plug it.
Magazine. Oh, I'm not connected to this. Magazine Beach.
Yep.
B-roll Casper.
That's true.
Interesting order.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
going
gas
that way.
station.
Yep.
Okay.
Robbery
Club.
Robbery
And
Club.
the weather might say otherwise.
And Kanye West.
And Drake.
And Taylor
Well-
Swift.
Yep, Kanye, Drake, and
Taylor Swift.
Triple co-headliner at
Local
BJ's. You
joint
heard it
set.
here first.
Local
$5
Lounge,
if you're under,
Jordan
if you're 18.
Saxophone.
Did you know 4 Year Strong played at BJ's?
I didn't know
No.
that.
The World is a Beautiful Place and I'm No Longer Afraid to Die. Also
I knew
played
of
there.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's been mentioned to me a couple times.
Crazy stuff.
Talking Heads.
Whoa. I didn't know that one.
Wait, Talking Heads? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Pretty-
either.
Why did
Yeah.
you tell me this, John?
Because I
pretty
didn't
sure.
know.
Pretty sure.
No way.
No, like confident. I'm
Okay,
confident.
I thought
in
so.
that.
BJ's been
Yeah.
around that long?
Yeah.
Since
Any-
since 1933.
Yep.
How'd Talking Heads
Yeah.
get there? This is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
We'll
I
have
forgot.
to find some proof for that for you.
I forgot
love
who I
Talking
was
Heads.
talking about, but once I told them about like me being a part of it, that was like the immediate thing that they talked about at BJ's. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, it's time to bring in our favorite little tech gremlin, Sebastian Spizak, everybody.
Internet.
The
The
internet.
band, right?
Yeah.
So, there's Jeffrey and Greg in that band, but we're talking about
Jeffrey.
actually the internet, right?
Yes. Yes.
Are you a big Reddit user?
Dude, my karma is so high. And you don't even get it because you don't use Reddit,
No, I use Reddit.
right? Okay,
A big Reddit guy.
yeah.
This guy loves
Don't
Reddit.
assume.
I love Reddit.
These guys love Reddit.
Why is my hair's red? Come on, I mean, like, that's why I did it.
Duh.
Okay, serious question. Out of everything you've ever seen on the internet, ever, whether it's Reddit, maybe it shouldn't be Reddit. Quora.
No longer a Reddit guy.
What is your favorite? What lives in your head? What stays there from the internet? What's your favorite video?
Favorite video of all time is definitely this clip of a guy screaming at the during the what scene is it? There's a scene in Full Metal Jacket where they're training, and there's this scene where for whatever reason they put clown makeup on the guy and he's screaming, and their voice is just getting higher and higher and higher as the drill sergeant is screaming at Private Pyle. Definitely that video.
There has not been more of an immediate response to that question.
I did like
ever.
milk
There
it
was
though.
no thought.
I think
Or there was so much thought.
John,
In the meantime, I think John might need
John
another
is gonna
5
be-
minutes.
Coincidentally, that is also my.
that's
no, it's.
John's gonna be Minecraft tutorial number 194 from
No.
this guy.
This is more of like a nostalgia favorite video. My sisters and I grew up watching a lot of PewDiePie, and there was this one specific video of Kitchen Simulator, and it was just always hilarious, and I still think about it because it was just really funny for me.
You're a PewDiePie head?
I was, yeah,
I didn't know that.
not so much anymore. Yeah, I watched a lot of PewDiePie growing
PewDiePie
up.
head is a funny.
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
funny thing to say.
What do you guys know about PewDiePie?
I know nothing.
Very little.
I know
Very
that he's
little.
huge.
He has
and
more
famous.
subscribers than people in Canada.
Yeah.
Really?
I was
That's
there.
crazy.
Watch
I was-
PewDiePie tonight.
I was
Yeah.
there.
Shout
when
out PewDiePie.
He made music. I was there for that.
He made music.
Yeah.
He's in a hardcore band.
Lasagna. He made a song
Lasagna.
about lasagna. Yeah. The people will see PewDiePie. That'll be a nice change of pace. a nice little movie and a movie scene and some PewDiePie.
And PewDiePie. Yeah.
I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 2 Quickscope No Scope on Rust videos. Shout
I
out.
showed that at a house show once because
Oh wait,
was it?
I changed my answer.
Can't.
There's a video called "Eagles Are Turning People into Horses."
Oh yeah, that's a good video.
Okay, I want to do that one.
You
instead.
need to watch it.
Yeah, all three of you. When this is over, as soon as you get in your dorm or apartment or wherever,
Yeah.
put it on.
That was
watch
like
it.
a Fredonia nostalgia video for me too.
What's going on?
All right. I suppose I owe you an explanation, but fast. This was my family. There's a terrible reason you haven't met them yet.
They're dead.
Worse. 7 years ago, I noticed this.
Is that?
Yes, a tail protruding from the base of my father's spine. Beautiful in appearance, yes, but immediately I sensed its grotesque nature and what was to follow. My mother, my father, my younger sister, now they're Mustangs, Pintos, Shetland ponies, and I know who's responsible.
Who was responsible?
Eagles.
I will DM it to you
All right.
Double
guys.
answer
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
So, spoiler alert if you didn't watch the Well Kept Things video, but they were very, very determined for us to watch the hand thing video.
I knew that.
They physically emailed
Wasn't
it to
even
us
that
after the
bad.
fact.
I thought it was gonna be.
The link is
worse.
in the local lowdown email.
As soon
hand
as you
thing.
said "well kept things" after this question, I was like, "It's the hand thing."
And like I look back at the interview and I physically saw them do it just
Yeah, they were just doing it. On
just
camera.
cause. Yeah.
They just had to. They couldn't control themselves.
Yeah.
They weren't well kept.
No.
No.
So unfortunate.
Can I fire you?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the last question that we usually ask everyone is there any, well, we know that there's a
there's an
release,
upcoming
but
release.
plug the
Yes.
release, any music videos, shows, any news that you want to share for the audience to hear.
Yeah, we got a video Friday, April 26th for Must Be My Place.
Filmed it in my kitchen, my dad's kitchen.
It's
Yeah.
already out.
It will be out
It's already
It'll-
out.
by the
It's
time
already
this
out.
airs.
The song already came out, and so is the video. But
I forgot
But
it's
still
already
check it out.
And then we got a record, Pale Flowers on Sunday. Go to our Instagram. You can pre-order the record, buy the record. That's pretty much it.
we're gonna screen print on the other side. It's gonna be a 12-inch, but like just the music is on just one side, and we're screen printing on the other side. So each one will
Oh.
have like a cool screen print on it.
And our
Awesome.
farewell show will be shortly. No, I'm just
Yeah. Well,
Other than that,
Thank you guys for having those.
Yeah, and we're playing BJ's Fest.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Don't forget.
May 9th. Doors 9, Music 10.
Doors 9, Music 10.
18 plus $5. You're over 21. It's $2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Look at me.
There you go. You know the rules.
Yeah.
Joe knows the rules.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yes,
We've
a
been
blast.
really excited to have you guys on, and we're glad we could make it happen.
Yeah.
Totally.
Y'all
Yeah.
are dope. Thanks for having us.
This
Of
racked.
course.
Thank you for tuning in to the local lowdown on 88.9 WCVF The Voice and 89.5 WDVL The Inferno. We'll be back next week with some more fun local music. Same time.
Same place.
Bye.
Bye.